Welcome, every pony, to our special Christmas campaign. This campaign is special because instead of playing a normal D&D campaign, our players here will be performing in a play of sorts. The fun part is there's no script for this play, so we'll see how it actually plays out. Our campaign begins in the world of Versumi, a special world of my own creation. Every year, on the 21st day of the month of the dragon, the different towns get together to celebrate the winter solstice. I can talk, really. During this period, some towns will host a play about the defeat of the evil moon goddess Alindra, who attempted to bring about everlasting night, but was instead defeated by her brother, the sun god Eltia. Of course, Eltir did not do this alone. He had help. That help was these heroes. So, heroes, if you will introduce yourselves. I guess just standard order the way we've been doing it. Because I forgot to post order. So.
Greetings, both maids and men alike. My name is Fenris. I am a former high elf slave, but before I escaped, I was taught the ways of the shadow path by a northern slave. Until a few years ago, after escaping, I was untrusting of most people. However, that is when I met Grace, and we have been traveling for a while. It will be a pleasure to perform for you.
Next. Hane?
Oh, right, it's me. Sorry. Well, I'll be Surgeon Nokaros Talgard from the northern... I don't even know what it's called because Emily forgot to tell me. But anyways, just a soldier from up north, traveling across the land since the war ended, looking for more ways to honor the god Armenian, the god of war. And just ended up here, meeting these other people. And I guess it's next.
Greetings. My name is Rothfair. Your patronage is appreciated. Please enjoy the show.
Alright. Sorry. And I am Sir Apollo. I am a holy warrior, and my god is Teledin.
Alrighty.
Yeah, good. Sorry, I hadn't really fully do an introductions before you introduced.
Yeah.
Marked you off.
Yeah, I was thrown off.
Right.
Like, oh, crap.
Anyway, next.
Hello, my name is Grace, and I do hope that you enjoy our performance tonight.
Looking at spells. Anyway, and I am Artemis. Hello. Wait. I am, I guess, a support mage that hides behind people. And you see it promptly hide behind the biggest person in the group, probably the Minotaur.
Yeah,
Probably.
Alrighty. And as always, I am Serenink the Playmaster. Now then, everyone, get in your positions, because the play is about to begin. The curtains rise as the audience waits with anticipation for the play to begin. Our actors step out on stage and find themselves standing in front of a man dressed in a white robe. The sun seems to shine upon him brightly as he looks to you all. The backdrop of the stage is currently that of a throne room. The kingly man speaks up. Welcome, adventurers. You are no doubt curious as to why I have summoned you all. The moon goddess, Alindra, my dear poor sister, has deemed us, the Sun Elves, to be traitors of the old ways. We have tried negotiating with her peacefully, but it is sadly to no avail. She has determined that we are to be exterminated. She wishes to remove the sun from the sky and leave our world in an eternal state of darkness and night. I have asked you heroes to aid me in stopping this terrible cataclysm from happening.
It would be our honor.
My liege, we shall do our best to stop and subdue your misguided sister. I at least hope that she can be put back on the correct path.
Forgot about my familiar. Oopsies. The human of the group kind of just sucks.
Well,
She's-
Grace is a human too.
Okay, I didn't know. Well, she's human. Both okay. We have two humans.
Yeah.
Noki's a human as well.
We have three humans. Okay, this is the first for me. We know we have like a diverse right. We have four humans. I just remember apologizing.
We only had like 3-4 races to choose from.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
used to like having like different races. Like all types. Like we're only diverse.
Hey, I tried to make a race.
Right.
So anyway,
I tried to make a
Originally,
trade race.
Originally, I was gonna be playing a Dragonborn Druid. Then Emily comes in and says we can only choose from human, elf, minotaur, or fire elemental. I believe it was.
Yep.
okay. Artemis is just. Yes. Good mark. Yeah, Artemis is just gonna kind of stand behind someone.
Alright. Well, unless somebody has anything particular to say to him.
Actually,
Hmm?
if I move my feet, I got quinoa. Artemis is going to try to think back of some of the past, I guess, evil deeds from the moon goddess that's been going on lately. I can perfectly recall anything that's happened in the past month that I've seen or heard.
Alright. In the past month so far, the Moon Queen has been slowly turning evil, essentially. You recall that about a month ago, the Moon Queen was actually a perfectly wonderful person. Nobody had any problems with, nobody had any, like, she didn't cause any problems or anything. There was no problem. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Like she didn't like act evil or do anything evil in particular. She's actually one of the nicer gods at the time. You remember? I'll actually go further back than a month for this. You remember a couple of months back a strange light in the sky that kind of came falling into the world. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but there is a set of mountains somewhere in the world that nobody recalls being there before, and it's assumed that the light went there. Um, what you do know is that about a month ago, a great snake, kind of kind of cloudish in form, like almost like it was made out of like a black cloud, appeared before the elves. Before the three elf gods. You recall that since the snake appeared and then has promptly left, the queen has been acting considerably different. She's been performing such evil deeds as killing sun elves because they follow the Sun King Eltyr. Beyond that, you recall that the last month the moon has been staying up longer and longer in the night. Eltyr has stated before that he is doing what he can, but he doesn't know why it is that Alindra has been forcing the moon to stay longer in the sky and making night last longer than it should be. The last few days, you recall that she gave a threat to Eltyr, saying that if he did not relinquish himself and surrender the Sun Elves, she would essentially kill every one of them, including Eltyr. The one thing you do recall specifically is that in this, I have to open up a file I didn't think I would need. Oh, that in there. It wasn't that one. The god of the forest, Melthanor. You recall that after the threat that Alindra sent out, Melthanor disappeared with his followers, the forest elves. You're not sure where he went. Nobody really knows where he went. He said that he didn't want to get in the middle of the fight between the sun and the moon elves, and then him and all of the forest elves just kind of disappeared overnight. So.
Alright, yes, I will relay that information.
Alright.
Sounds like a worthy cause. I'm in.
Same here. Sorry, thing coming.
A lot of you should be honored that Evandril has graced himself with his presence to ask of you non-elves for this job. But I do suppose that with his followers dwindling, we did need to reach out for help. So I will stay my tongue for the course of my mission, for the course of this mission.
A noise stare.
You will
It's
stay
not
your
your
tongue, or I will cut it from your mouth.
No need for us to be hasty to jumping to conclusions about each other.
My apologies, Grace. But I have told you of my past and how I can be distrusting of others. Still, my liege, do you have any leads on where we should start?
Um, to that, uh, Eltier will say, yes, Alindra has a tower on the other side of the Holy Land. I should probably note to the party that you are on a small continent to the northeast of the mainland, which is called Genosa. The small little continent is known as the Holy Land. It is where the Sun Elves reside. It has been a place where all of the elves resided, but after Alindra started started changing, Meldanor and Alindra both began moving off of the island. Eltier mentions that Alindra still has her tower in the southwestern corner of the Holy Land. I am planning to arouse an army to charge down there. The problem is that Alindra has created a maze around her tower. It is a magical maze. None have ever gotten through it unless she wished it. As such, I must ask you heroes, to enter this maze and find your way through. I will remain on the outside and guide our forces to help fight against the moon elves that will be attempting to keep us at bay. It will be up to you to go into the maze, get through it, get to the tower, and defeat Alindra.
Very well, it shall be done.
We should not fail you, my liege. Farmers does a deep bow before the son elves, God King.
Alright. Yeah, unless anyone else has anything else to say. I guess not. Alright, in that case, and so the plan was put into action. The sun god Eltier readied an army of readied an army of sun elves for the siege. Much to his surprise, Arminian, the god of war, and one of the three kings of the human race, also stepped in, giving his aid. And so, sun elves and humans worked together, marching forth through the Holy Land, until finally reaching the Tower of Alindra. As the heroes reached the tower, the moon rose in the sky. The sky grew dark and stars appeared. The night had come rather suddenly. From atop the dark tower in front of you, you can see an elven woman dressed in a dark robe. She stares down at the army in front of her, and with a loud voice she speaks out and says, "Do not allow them passage. Moon elves, take them down."
I would like to note that as we're traveling, my expiring leader feet will go off as well. I gotta remember what that does. Hold on a second. I just remember I have written it down.
I think everyone gets temporary hit points.
Yeah, everyone gets temporary hit points. I just gotta remember. I don't know how much.
That's nice.
Yep.
Well, like I said, she's support.
Yep.
I'm somewhat a healer and tank.
I will tell you how much. I'll tell you the temporary hit points as we go along. As we go. So just keep that in mind. You have temporary HP. Everyone has temporary HP.
Temporary HP, yay!
How many?
I don't know yet. I have to find the feet. Like I
Is there
am
a
looking
Okay.
through this best I can. Looking for the feet.
Your character level plus your charisma modifier. So
Come on. My charisma modifier is.
That's a lot
Something.
of
Hold on.
HP.
Oh yeah, it's 10 plus 2. 12.
plus
So you
2.
get 12. Wow.
12 temp HP. Wow. That's pretty nice. Level
Yeah.
10, everybody.
Yeah, and also she's charisma based too. Secondary is charisma.
Right. Alright. So, as the Sun Elves, the humans, and the Moon Elves all charge towards one another, your party sneaks past them all. In front of you lies a massive hedge. Looking at the hedge, you find it rather interesting. Let's see how to word this. How exactly is this worded? As you approach the large hedge mage, you notice that looking from above, it looks as though it is one solid mass of hedge. However, standing at the entrance to the hedge maze, you can clearly see a path that leads straight forward into the hedge.
Can't we just go
Drawing.
through it?
I'm drawing my weapons and walking in. Telling every.
I
Stay
suppose
close
we
to
must
me.
follow. I suppose we must follow then.
have to.
Nog is following right away,
With-
but
With that, Grace will dismount her riding horse and tie it to the wagon with her draft horse, and then follow.
oh right, we were leaving horses behind.
let us venture forth and put right what has gone so horribly wrong. Fenris cracks his knuckles and follows Grace.
They're just bushes, though. Can't we just cut them?
You could try it.
Fenris pipes up. He's like, "I would not recommend it. It is most likely that this maze is enchanted. When any damage we might do to it, it might self-repair. It'd be if we could simply be cut down. Do you not think his lordship would have done that already?"
I can check. I'll check in a second. Hold on. I just realized I forgot football proficiency. I'm going to do a Arcana check on the hedges
Alright.
because that's what I do. Not technically a mage. Let's see. Brand new character sheet. So give me a second.
I
Why's
love
that on
that
18?
brand new character sheet smell.
I am blanking. 18 is 4, right?
18, yeah.
Okay.
18 is plus 4.
Would have I actually typed the thing right? Oh, god damn it! I could do this. 23.
23? Nice. Alright. Basing what you know of your arcane knowledge, based upon what you can see of the maze from the outside, you have a pretty good sense that the maze exists on an extra dimensional layer, sort of its own pocket dimension, if you will.
What? Really? It's like, yeah. That's what I could tell.
Oh, so it might actually change while we're in there.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Yep. Alright, so, party goes in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Armin just slaps the Minotaur in the back. We got him.
Yeah, let the Minotaur lead through the maze. He's got it.
Yeah.
The Minotaur is already going through the maze. I don't
Yeah,
know
he's
what
already
everyone
going.
else is doing.
Grace and Fenris are following him.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, coming
Artemis and her, Artemis and her weasel's following too.
Alright.
Yeah, I have a weasel familiar.
The Playmaster speaks up and says, "Now behold, as our heroes traverse the terrible maze of Alindra." The curtain closed, and a moment later they reopen. You are now all within a massive hedge maze. You find yourself walking in a fairly straight line. It twists and turns here and there, but beyond that you find yourself walking for roughly about 5 minutes in a fairly straight path. Suddenly, you come upon an intersection where 8 paths converge symmetrically. You can see Alindra's tower dead ahead above the hedge wall, but the way the paths curve, there's no telling which one may lead to it. A sundial stands in the center of the intersection. The shadow from its gnomon, Gnomon?
Correct.
Gnomon. The shadow from its gnomon pointing straight forward towards the tower, which you find highly odd considering that the sun isn't even out. Yeah.
I'm going to turn to Artemis. What time is it, and where would the sun be?
Good, because yes, you know that I would know. I have with my feet. I actually do know that. I should know the exact time left of the day, and let me double check it. I hate having feet that I never used before. I never had feet before.
Because we never got into this.
I know, right? We never got this far.
Right?
So
But I guess, doesn't that keen mind also make you know where north and other directions
yeah,
are?
I always know north. I always know what time it is. Hold on. If I could find the freaking feet. Flip the trigger. I should bookmark this part. There, okay, there it goes. Okay. So I always know north, and I always know how many hours left in the day between next sunrise and sunset.
Alright. Time has been a little weird thanks to Alindra raising the moon so early. However, before Alindra began raising the moon earlier and earlier and leaving the moon up longer and longer, you would assume that you would know that right about now it would be about 3, maybe 4 in the afternoon. Which is odd, because that should not be the direction the sundial is pointing.
I was going to look at the sundial. This time's not right.
Where should it be pointing?
Artemis points at the 3 o'clock direction. It should be that way.
I'm going to look down the path, make a perception check. 21. Do I see anything unusual about the path?
Down the path the sundial's pointing at?
Down the 3 o'clock path.
Down the 3 o'clock path. It looks like more hedge maze.
Figured as much. Well, I say we go down that path.
Is this,
Yeah, right.
is this a gut instinct, or are you absolutely sure this is the right path?
No
Are you
maze.
absolutely sure of any path?
We are. This maze does seem to be a bit odd. So I shall trust your intuition.
Alright, Artemis is gonna take out a piece of chalk and doodle on the ground an arrow. That's the way they're going.
Alright.
I don't think that's going to help.
So you're
It
heading,
won't.
so you're heading down the 3 o'clock path?
Yep.
The path where the sundial should be pointing, if indeed the sun were up right now.
Okay. Yep. Down the 3 o'clock path. Let me double check how this works.
Yeah, much like a Minotaur, but I can memorize most of the stuff in his maze too.
Yeah.
I love this keen. I like this keen mind feat. I actually do.
I wanted to get the keen mind feat. Let me actually look it up.
It's on 167, by the way.
Yeah. I have a bunch of bookmarks. I just forget which one is which. So, as a Minotaur, I can accurately recall anywhere that I have been, any path that I have gone. And with the keen mind feat, I could accurately recall anything I have seen or heard within the past month. And since this is a Christmas theme game, I wanted to be one of Santa's reindeer, so I could memorize the location of every house on the planet.
Wow. Alright.
Yeah, that's not freaky.
Right.
I was like, I don't know about you anymore.
The massive Minotaur just grins. Nothing else. He just grins.
Alright. Continuing down along the 3 o'clock path that the sundial should be pointing towards, you emerge from the path after winding and twisting for a while. You emerge from the path into an area far larger than any open area you expected to encounter in the maze garden. This rectangular space must be 90 feet across, with its far side almost 150 feet away. It looks like a boulder-strewn pasture with a large pond to one side, and a fenced vegetable garden and oversized cottage on the other. Sheep graze in the pasture, tended by a pair of cyclops, but none of them are moving. They all appear frozen in time.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Approach
Interesting.
cautiously.
I was about to say the same.
Alright. You take...
If we wish to truly be safe in case they start moving upon us, I could cast invisibility upon us. Yes,
I
that's
don't
in
see it
character.
being. Well, it's not really worth. It's just 2 Minotaurs after all. We could take them if they start moving.
Yeah. It is only 2 cyclops, I mean...
Okay.
Still, have your weapons and spells at the ready. This could turn dangerous.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As you cautiously approach the Cyclops, the pair of Cyclops, I should say, you notice that, in fact, they do begin to move.
Oh shit! Sorry, I rolled a Arcana check. I didn't realize my mic was muted. That's a 22.
Okay. No, before that, then, you notice that there is definitely some kind of magic to this. The Cyclops do, in fact, appear to literally be just frozen in time. So.
All right.
um,
So now we move forward after I say that.
Yep. Now you move forward. As you move forward, the Cyclops begin to slowly move the closer you get. Finally, after you've moved about 20 feet forward, I'd say, the Cyclops move towards each other. They kind of exchange a few glances at you and then exchange a few unheard words between them. You suddenly notice them starting to play a sort of game that's very similar to rock, paper, and scissors. After a few rounds of this, one of the Cyclopses grumbles, having lost. And he turns towards you. I should note that neither Cyclops is carrying any sort of weapons that you can see. Let's see. The Cyclops turn towards you. They both take a few steps forward, and then one of them points to a boulder on the ground. He heaves the boulder up above his head. He chuckles and then he tosses it behind him. The boulder flies through the air, roughly about 100 feet. It lands on the ground and kind of bounces and rolls for about another 20 feet. The Cyclops then turn towards you and just kind of stare at you expectantly.
Artemis is gonna raise an eyebrow.
The Minotaur is going to walk over to the boulder. Let's see here. Yes, I have advantage on this. So I am going to lift up the boulder, and I am going to throw it. Is that going to be strength or athletics?
Either one.
Okay. Call it athletics then. 27.
Alright. Let's see. I have to look up how this works, because I don't actually have a clue. You're trying to pick up a boulder and throw it. Before you can do that, you have to lift it.
If it helps, my carrying capacity is doubled from what it normally would be.
Yeah, I have to stop and look things up here. Your carrying capacity is... What is that? Carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15. It's high enough that most characters don't usually have to worry about it. So... What is your strength score again?
My strength score is 19.
19, that's right. Then timesing that by 15 and then doubling that.
Yep. In other words, times 30. So that's 580.
Oh yeah, 570, but then I did the 19 times 15, then times 2 instead of other way around. So, 570. Well, the boulder is 500 pounds, so you can definitely lift it. It's a matter of throwing it.
As far as I know, there's no rules for throwing based on weight, so I would say it's just an athletics check. compared with his athletics check.
Yeah. So you got a 23 on your roll.
Well, actually,
Hmm?
push, drag, or lift. You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity or 30 times your strength score. So, in fact, it'd be 60 times 19 for lifting, if that matters.
60 times 90. 60 times 19
Yeah,
for lifting.
1,140.
Yeah.
So, I can lift half a ton.
Right.
Why don't you roll a athletics check for the Cyclops and see what he gets?
Let's see. Sorry, just kind of looking over what the module says here. Um,
Yeah, Am knows what I picked.
let's
The magic
see.
item was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody told me they're magic items. I don't really remember everything 100%.
Oh, I missed. I just told you today because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta pick these items today.
Yeah. Well, I still don't really remember 100%. Alright. What I'll do is you lift the boulder up and you toss the boulder forward. The boulder rolls roughly about, the boulder flies roughly about 50 feet and then lands and kind of rolls a little bit. The Cyclops looks at you and just kind of shakes his head.
Well, how far did he throw his?
His went 120 feet.
Huh. Oh well. That was fun. Moving on.
It's not the winning, it's a competition.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just going to accept that and hail the rest of the party and continue walking through the maze. unless one of the Cyclopses tries to stop me.
No, none of the Cyclopses will stop you. I assume then the rest of the party will follow.
Yeah.
That was rather odd.
Alright.
Clearly, there are beings more powerful than I. I will have to work to grow stronger.
You wander down the path past the Cyclopses. You find the path twisting and turning and going all over the place. Then you find yourself back in the Cyclops area. You find it odd because you don't remember going in circles.
Fenris looks at Roth. He's like, Roth, are you sure you went in the right direction? Because We were following you, so how did we get back here?
There were no other directions.
Great. Magic. I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea. I think we have to try and beat them in this rock throwing game.
It is not possible. I threw that rock as hard as I could.
Fenris sort of pulls the hood of his cloak over his head. He's like, this time you go first. I'll do something to make sure whichever one of them throws doesn't throw as well.
We will not cheat.
Fenris looks at him. He's like, "Are you it is not cheating. It is giving us an advantage." Because clearly, despite your best efforts, you cannot outthrow the Cyclops. So, I'm merely tipping things in our favor.
If I cannot do it, then I cannot do it. You are welcome to try. I will not accept outside help.
Fenris does back off because he's like, "All right." He's like, if you do not want my help, I will back it.
Why do I just picture Artemis having the Carolyn syndrome just now? You know, yeah, she's gonna have the Carolyn syndrome.
I'd be willing to try again, but I rolled a 19 on the die, and my athletics is +8, and he beat me by more than twice my distance. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's not possible for me to do unless he screws up.
Yeah, so Carolyn's gonna, Artemis is gonna have the Carolyn syndrome and try to pick up the boulder. She rolled an 8.
And yeah, me and Mark basically had the same skill check for athletics. So yeah, I would have to agree with that.
Oh my god, you just see the mage like, I got this.
Yeah, I know the mages can do it.
I think Grace could try.
You didn't see Artemis like, I can't pick this up. Can you do it? Can you help? Can you help me?
Grace will try, actually. Roll the 12 plus 8, that'll be a 20.
Alright. Lifting up a rock and throwing it. It goes flying a ways. The exact distance, I really have no idea. But it's definitely not as far as the Cyclops threw it.
Yeah.
You could just break the rock into smaller pieces. It would be easier to throw.
Fenris, I'm gonna have Fenris is actually going to walk up to one of the boulders, sort of take a breath, and then try to punch it across the field instead of trying to lift and throw it.
Alright.
And I'm guessing that's going to be something with my martial arts, so...
Yep.
Here goes nothing. 19.
19. Well, you do successfully hit the boulder.
Okay, seeing that this is not working, Artemis is going to look at the other golem, or the other Cyclops. Why don't you give it a try?
The other Cyclops just stares at you.
Go on, try it. I bet you go in. She's gonna roll a persuasion check with that too.
Alright. I assume that you're just speaking in basic common.
Yeah, I don't have to have any languages.
Right.
So I rolled a 22. I'm very persuasive.
You're very persuasive. Unfortunately, the Cyclops doesn't understand a single word you're saying.
Don't you have speak languages?
Hold on, I think I do. I'm still trying to get all this. Comprehend languages. There we go. That's level 1. Sir, is that a cantrip? Can you do that as a ritual? Curiosity.
I'm fairly certain you can do it as a ritual.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that then. Let me find it right quick. Too many spells. That's the reason why I don't have everything completely memorized yet. Or yeah, I can do it ritual. Okay, so I'm gonna do that
Alright.
and then try the persuasion. So that's gonna take 10 minutes. That's gonna take 10 minutes of you guys just trying to figure out what to do, and then I'm gonna try. Then I'm gonna try to persuade them.
Alright.
Well, in the mind of Rolfier, it's clear what we have to do. We have to best them at this competition. And there are many ways to do it, but not directly.
Yeah,
So,
that's why Artemis. That's the
he's-
thing what Artemis is doing. She's trying.
He's
to
waiting
best
for
them.
other people to cheat.
Well, that's what Artemis is technically doing. She's gonna get the other golem to beat the golem.
The other Cyclops to beat him?
Yep.
Alright. So you, 10 minutes pass, unless somebody else has something they want to try.
I can always animate it. You know what?
After the 10 minutes pass, you speak to the giant now in giant, persuading him to throw the boulder. The giant gives you the Cyclops chuckles and says, "Puny human. Cyclops could beat other Cyclops, but you no get through maze if Cyclops beat other Cyclops."
Artemis kind of thinks for a second. But which Cyclops is better? If you join our side for this competition, maybe you can show that you're the better Cyclops. And then 18.
The Cyclops listens to you.
Because clearly, that Cyclops thinks he's better because he won that Raw Favorite Citrus contest.
The Cyclops kind of looks at the other Cyclops for a moment, then looks at you and kind of thinks for a moment. He lifts up a boulder and he stands where the other Cyclops had been. He throws the boulder, and the boulder flies about 90 feet, then bounces and rolls, landing just about 10 feet behind the other boulder.
Grumble, 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 grumble. Artemis just stares at him now.
The Cyclops that just threw the boulder kind of grumbles, and you hear in giant him saying, "Cyclops never wins."
Oh, I have an idea. Like I said, I have my cloak of elvenkind up, so I'm actually going to shadow step to where the other Cyclops' boulder is and try to push it back without them noticing that I'm pushing it back. So, if you want me to make a stealth check on that, I'm all for that.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check on that.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nice.
I did have advantage, but first roll didn't matter. First roll nat 20.
Right? You shadow step over, you push hard on the boulder, make a strength check while you're at it, or athletics, or however you want to do it.
I have athletics, so I'll do that.
Alright.
23.
Alrighty. Very nice. You shadow step over to the boulder that the other Cyclops threw. You push on the boulder. As the two Cyclops, as the other Cyclops turns to the first Cyclops, and they kind of argue for a moment, you manage to push the boulder forward. After a short moment, the two Cyclopses turn back towards the boulders, and the first Cyclops notices that the boulder has moved. The two stare for a moment and kind of scratch their heads. And then you notice that as they're scratching their heads, their forms begin to slow until they seem to freeze in time again. The first boulder that was thrown cracks straight down the middle and splits in half. Inside of the rock, you notice a small topaz sitting inside.
Grab that. Yoink. I'm gonna. That's when Fenris shouts back to the party. He's like, I think we can move on. By the way, found this. He holds up the topaz. He's like, yeah. He's like, either one of you want to check to see if this thing's magical?
Sure. Artemis will check and see if it's magical. So she will do an Arcana check on it. Oh, what kind of checks? Oh, I got an 11. Wow.
I could try.
Oh, yeah, feel free to try. Just because I rolled doesn't mean no one else can roll.
One would think that Fenris would know that Grace is able to use to cast Detect Magic.
Never mind.
He did say that. Sorry. He then turns. Fenris then turns to Grace. Is like, unless you think you can detect a magic in it, Grace.
I certainly could try.
Then by all means, check to see if this is check to see if this is a key of some sort, if it's magical in nature.
It's actually a tool that one of the stage hands left in the prop.
Shit.
He's off stage like, damn it, that's where it fell.
That was my family jewels.
Anyways, Grace will spend a level 1 spell slot to cast Detect Magic.
Alright. The topaz is in fact magical. There's a very strong magic emanating from it, in fact. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I wish that we had like a thing that I could just type in detect magic and it loads up the thing to tell me exactly what it does. I know what it does.
It tells
but
you
like
the school of magic. If you want to actually know the properties of it, you have to cast Identify.
Right.
Which I actually have, by the way. I have identified too.
And that's what I was thinking.
It'll just tell you that it's magic. You can use your action to see an aura around the magical object, and you know what school of magic it's from, if any. But in order to actually know the properties, you have to cast Identify.
And I don't have Identify, so I will tell the party that it is So Grace will tell the party that it is indeed magical.
It's indeed magical. I can tell you the... Here it is. I can tell you the school of magic, since I looked them over real fast.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that it's enchantment.
Oh, that's actually down my alley, because I'm an enchantment class, school. Yeah, I'm enchantment school, by the way.
Yeah, looking at this, it looks like it's an enchantment to school.
So, Barnabas goes, I can identify if you like.
He- he's like very well. He hands the topaz to Artemis.
Okay, so Artemis is going to take 10 minutes to cast the ritual form of detect magic because I'm not wasting the one spell slots.
You mean identify?
Yeah, identify, sorry.
Alright. You spend 10 minutes casting Identify. The topaz is an enchantment thing. Basically, what it does is it has the ability to draw magic into it, basically, I want to say. Um, Using it against something that is strong in magic would probably cause it to be weakened by a bit.
Okay, Artemis is going to Artemis is going to explain that. She's probably going to try to hold on to it. It'd probably be best for her anyway.
He's like, so it's a magic absorbing rock.
Pretty much.
Right.
Artemis, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
He's like, okay. He's like, Roth, start leading the way. If you're done chucking boulders around.
Indeed. And he's going to lead on.
Alright.
On we go.
Yeah, so Artemis is going to hold on to that for a while, for right now, and then let's go.
Twisting and turning through the maze, you spend about 5 minutes walking through the twists and the turns, and I already said that. Oh well. You come upon the sundial once again.
Of course, Ferris just looks at Roth he's like, well, how did we end up back here?
Has the shadow of the Gnomon changed at all?
No, the shadow has not changed at all.
All right. Should the moon be casting a shadow on the Gnomon?
I suppose it might be. I didn't really think about that.
Okay, so Artemis says we can think about this for a second. Maybe we're supposed to get this.
Okay, 2 questions. First of all, has sufficient time changed such that the location of where the sun should be at the current time produce a different shadow from the Gnomon? Second question, if the moon should produce a shadow from the Gnomon that is not present, where would it be pointing?
That is a question.
That is 2 questions.
That is 2 questions. Considering how much you guys walked and the 20 minutes you used to cast your spells and such, roughly about 45 minutes has passed. Where the sun should be, and thus where the Gnomon should be pointing, have definitely changed, but the Gnomon has not. The moon has changed in the sky. A quick thought on it makes you kind of realize that where the moon is in relation to the Gnomon is definitely not where it should be pointing.
Alright, so Artemis is going to probably go make missions. Time's probably stopped here. That's my guess. And Artemis is going to kind of point at where the moon should be at with our current time.
So, although that room seemed to be a bit of a trial, we didn't. When we tried to left after we were defeated, we ended up back there, and after we concluded the challenge, we ended up back here. So it's really
maybe the way we need to go is the way it is pointing.
That or we have a lot of trials we need to finish.
that could also be a correct assumption on both counts.
So what says the Minotaur?
Following the sun would lead us to more trials. Following the moon may lead us to our destination. Going straight, there is no way to know, but we could try.
But at the same point, doing more trials, she kind of lifts up the gem this time. Could get us more of these.
Are they important?
This one could be really helpful. It absorbs magic. There could be different types. Maybe different type of gems that can give us a better chance. I mean, we've seen that Minotaur. We've seen how strong the Cyclopses were.
I do not feel comfortable demonstrating our wit when we should be demonstrating our strength. But if those items are important, indeed vital, then we should explore them.
Apollo's a paladin, right? Out of curiosity?
What?
Apollo's still a paladin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the paladin. What do you think?
Apollo could always pray to his god for guidance.
True. He'll go ahead and do that then.
Alright,
He's like,
make
we're
me a
like,
religion check.
It's like a paladin, normally a leader.
Yes.
I don't know, guys. Let me find out something from my god.
I rolled low. He's not going to get anything. I got a 9.
9?
Yeah.
Well, how would you word your prayer to Teledin?
Please guide us so we may defeat our enemy or something like that. Yeah, probably nothing.
Yeah. You pray to Teledin. As you're praying to Teledin, one of the stage hands shines a light down on top of you so that, it looks like divine light shining down on top of you. The audience is amazed at this when it happens. This amazement actually grants you advantage on your religion check.
Ah.
Good.
You can thank stagehand for that.
Oh no, I totally failed that. I crit failed on that.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
What would Artemis do?
Unfortunately, after a moment, the light vanishes. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you have not really received any guidance from Paladin.
I'm sorry that my rolls suck.
You've reached the desk of Taladin. I'm away right now, dealing with other divine matters.
I'm sorry that I
appreciate your call, but please hang up and try again later.
Alright.
You okay, Mia?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been coughing.
Kind of. I sense a lot of magic in that room, right?
In
The
what?
all the magic coming from that room that we just left, right? The Cyclops room, right?
Yeah, so far the whole mage has really felt magical. But yeah, there's definitely magic there. There's definitely magic here.
I could just cast some divination if you like. Just give me 10 minutes and I'll just see if I can get some proper answer.
I can't believe I crit failed on that.
I have a proposition then. I believe, well, I still believe that going down another one of these paths, except the one that leads directly to the tower, will lead us to a challenge room. Why don't we? And there appear to be none of Avantra's forces here, so we could. So we could in fact keep we could in fact as much as this sounds completely insane to me, we could split up and see what challenges we each come across.
We will not split up. However, there was a time. Echo? Okay. There was a time in the Cyclops room where time seemed to stand still. Somebody mentioned that time is standing still here. Perhaps we do need to solve some sequence of challenges to speed up the time in this room, to restore it, and then it will point to where we need to go.
Sounds logical to me.
Artemis kind of agrees. That does sound right, because it does seem like it's weird that the this thing's not moving.
By the way, Nogi's going to walk up to the sundial and see if his own shadow falls in any direction.
Your own shadow actually goes in the proper direction that it should be going with the moonlight above you.
Well then. My shadow says we go that way.
Well, either it is the way we must go, or it is another challenge. Either way, we should explore that.
Be done, friend.
Yeah, they don't know.
Alright. Rossier
Like,
will lead on.
Like, I was like, I'm not going forward. I can't even damage people.
Alright.
We all follow then.
So you're heading in the direction of, what was it?
The moon shadow.
The moon shadow. Yeah, the direction that Nog's shadow was pointing.
Oh, I'm also going to mark that path too.
Alright. As you're marking that path, you happen to notice that the mark that you left before is not here.
Okay, okay, I was just gonna stop and then look at the room. Is it the same as it was? Like completely the same, because my keen sense will completely memorize this room.
Yeah, it looks like the exact same room. The only difference is the mark that you left behind doesn't seem to be there.
I'm going. While everyone's going to
Artemis going to stop us?
Artemis is going to stop herself. Artemis is going to actually going to stop the party and move over to the 3 o'clock room and kind of look at the ground.
Is there something wrong, Artemis? You seem a bit distraught.
My mark's gone.
You made a mark?
I made an arrow pointing that way just in case we got lost.
Let us
Or so
test this. Let us go through the 3 o'clock room and see if we return to the Cyclopses.
Okay. If we do have to go, if we are to go back to the Cyclopses, and they reset also, I'm pushing your boulder. I'm pushing your boulder to make sure we get through this in one shot.
Artemis is going to pull out a copper piece and drop it onto the ground this time.
Alright. The party walks through the I guess since we're saying the 3 o'clock path, I should just say the right path. You walk through the eastern path. The path twists twists and turns a bit, you find yourself back at the sundial.
Is my copper piece still there?
It is not there.
Is the mark that Artemis previously made still there?
It is not
Both marks. So there are neither of the two marks or the copper piece are there.
there. Right.
Well,
This is just to say, this is some stage set.
I know, right? Okay, so Artemis is going to mention that we should try to remember what paths we go through, so we probably want to have some system.
I already remember them.
Oh yeah, Artemis is like, oh yeah. Like Artemis is like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Minotaur.
Sorry.
how about this time we go down? How about this time we go down the left path and see where that takes us? Because after going down the right path, we just ended up right back where we started. Meister Copper.
Yes,
Sorry about
because we completed the challenge on the left path.
So, any objection to this plan?
I don't see any
No.
difference with the directions we take on. So let's just move on.
Yeah, we'll just pick the next one and keep on going.
I'm going to have Artemis and our Minotaur to keep track of what we go through.
Right. Alright. You take the western path this time instead of the eastern path. You walk for what seems roughly about 5 minutes as it twists and it turns until finally you're back at the sundial.
Oh, for Pete's sakes!
Okay, going back to what we did before. What time is it?
Not too much time has passed since the last time you, like when you first came here from the Cyclops.
So it's probably pointing at the 4 o'clock position.
So yeah, probably about this point, your shadows would be pointing towards the 4 o'clock, 4:30 ish position.
How many directions does this place have, anyways?
There are 8 paths, one in each direction. So right now your shadows would probably be casting towards the southeastern path.
Fenris snaps his rings he's like very clever. Apparently, our assumption from before is right. We need to follow our shadows and the shadows. Our shadows to determine which path and which trial room we need to go to. If we deviate from that path, we end up right back where we follow.
Indeed. But it is worth testing. It could be that we have already completed the challenge and must follow the path that the Gnomon is pointing. But let us follow our shadows for now.
Right. Lead on, Roth.
And he leads on.
Alright. You head down the.
I'm assuming the path twists and turns for about 5 minutes.
Well, not about 5 minutes actually. It's actually a roll each time. This one about 12 minutes. It's a 2d6 roll. Yeah, you end up back at the sundial.
Okay, Artemis is going to take the topaz out and kind of hold it over the sundial, just for curiosity's sake.
It doesn't do anything.
Okay, let's try the shadow then.
We have only 2 options left. Follow the moon shadow or follow the shadow of the Gnomon. Which should we do?
Did we just follow? Yeah, well, since it was the moon shadow that led us to the last trail, I say we follow the moon shadow again.
By
Alright,
the
so
way, we are likely to end up trying the other path as well.
We have exhausted our sun shadows. If we follow the moon shadow and return here, then we will have only one path remaining, that of the Gnomon shadow.
Well, then let's go. What are we
right.
sitting here for?
Mhm.
Rafir will lead on through the path that our current moon shadows are pointing.
Alright. Twists and turns back to the sundial.
And without pausing, he'll continue right on to where the Gnomon shadow is
I
pointing.
know, right? It's like, okay, there we go.
Right? I kind of figured. Alright, so twists and turns once again. You find yourself at the sundial. But something is different this time.
Two
Look-
Cyclopses are tapping their foot, saying, "You cheated!" No.
Okay, so
Oh my.
Artemis is gonna walk up to the sundial, and I'm pretty sure something happened to change with that.
Yep. On the sundial, the shadow of the gnomon is no longer just pointing to the north. It is now pointing to the north, and it is pointing to the east. There are two shadows now.
Oh my.
Okay, Ferris looks after hearing this like, okay, I may not be magically inclined, but that doesn't seem natural.
Split path. If we take the wrong one, we might have to restart this fucking thing. And if we take the right one, well, we might have another split path.
Let us test. Let us go down the path that we just went down. If we return here and the Gnomon has not changed, then we know that we must indeed split the party.
Oh my.
Alright, so.
And then we
uh,
never find each other again because everyone practically disappears.
Well, didn't someone have fly spell, so
Oh
they
yeah.
can just find us.
Okay,
I
so.
can cast fly.
Alright, so we're going down the path again.
Yep,
Alright,
going straight.
right. Alright. Twists and turns for about 3 minutes. You do not find yourself at the sundial.
Not a
Instead,
challenge.
you now find yourself in. What is this? Let's see. Oh. You now find yourself in a roughly. I would say 30-foot by 40-foot room. There are 6 suits of armor, each standing on, well, like 3 suits of armor on either side of the room. I'll just read this. 6 suits of ornate plate mail stand in this area as if on guard. Battered and bashed pieces of armors and weapons are scattered across the carpeted floor before them. Moss and lichen cover the armor, though it remains free of rust. There does appear to be another pathway that opens up at the far side of this area.
Alright,
Arcanon armors.
before
Fire.
anyone moves forward, Artemis is going to kind of move up, not stepping into the room, and kind of do an Arcana check. 25.
25. Sorry, looking for something. There we go. You can tell there is definitely something magical. I mean, Arcanas not really detect magic, but you can tell that the area is magical and so on. Then the whole place just seems ripe with magic.
Something doesn't feel right about.
If it's a trap and it causes a battle, then let's bring it.
Should we return? Should we go backwards?
We probably can't. We probably have to complete this challenge.
Well, let us try.
I was just going to look around at the ground. Something about the armor's not rusting. It's. Does it look like the armor moves or anything? Like, does it look like the armor has been, how do I want to word this?
Yes, it looks like it comes to life and attacks us.
Yeah.
Possibly.
What do you say, Rob? Should we take the battle? Fight the armors?
Or it could be a stealth challenge.
We do have a larger mission, although I would be keen on fighting these armors and soundly defeating them. We have wasted enough time already. I would suggest we go back. It has only been a few minutes, and see if we can't try a different route.
Fenris, upon looking at the armors that look on guard, he's gonna pull up his cloak. He's like what? He's like yeah, I'll try and sneak my way through. If they come alive and try to attack me, well, then watch my back. If not, then who knows? I'll continue down the path, and if I run into you guys again, then I did something wrong.
Yeah, because I have feeling we have to complete the challenge anyway, so let's try it.
So yeah, Cloak of Elvenkind goes up, and I am going to sneak my way through. So, because Cloak of Elvenkind gives me advantage on stealth checks, roll 1, 23, roll 2, 24. So yeah, 24 on stealth.
24 on stealth. Alright. You get about 30 feet into the room, and then two of the suits of armor suddenly leap to life.
Apollo pulls out his silver longsword.
Okay, are the armors moving right towards him?
They basically came to life and started moving, yeah. At this point,
Where?
initiative would activate and so on.
Knew it!
So,
Alright.
so,
You can't stealth past the magical alarm.
True.
Yep.
I don't know what I was thinking.
so, Grace has the first initiative.
Okay. So, we're in an encounter, are we?
You're all at the edge of the room. I said 30 feet, but that's really not right, because the room's only about 30 feet long. Actually, it's about 40 feet long. You're all kind of at the edge of the room. Poor little Fenris there is smack dab in the center of the room.
Oh.
The two armors that came to life are from behind him.
Okay.
So, essentially, the armors that are in front of you that came to life are about 15 feet away from you in each direction.
Okay.
So, do as you please.
It's like, you lied to me, mage. I'm sorry.
I believe I shall cast Vicious Mockery on one of them.
Alrighty.
It has to succeed on a Wisdom saving throw of 16.
Wisdom saving throw of 16. Alrighty. That's gonna be hard for it to make. Yeah. I'm not even gonna. Yeah. -4 to wisdom saving throws. Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a moment, I named my D4s. I should have pulled them out earlier. Because
Oops, I got that spell completely
and
wrong.
one of them falls off the table again! Where the hell did it go? I have no clue where it went. Okay, so it'll be a 3 plus a 2. It'll take 5 psychic damage and will have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Alrighty. That is not subtracting 5. That is subtracting way more than 5. I accidentally typed 55 into my calculator.
Oh.
Yeah. Anything else?
Let me check a moment. Nope. Not right now.
Alright. Ruffier. Or Ruffar.
Alright. I'm going to move up to the closest one, drawing my warhammer and battle axe, and I'm going to swing. That's going to be a 20 to hit,
Yep.
and that will be 13 bludgeoning damage from my warhammer.
Alright.
And then I'm going to make my offhand attack. That's a natural 20.
Sorry, how much
So
damage
that's-
was the first one?
13 bludgeoning.
13. Okay. I just looked over and noticed something on the thing and then got confused and so. Alright.
Alright. This is going to be 16 slashing damage.
16 slashing damage. Alrighty.
That's my offhand. And then extra attack, my main hand. That is going to be 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Alright. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. In that case, Fenris.
Fenris runs over to the suit of armor that Roth smashed and slashed. Then he pretty much punches it because he's a monk and he punches stuff.
Right.
So 20 to AC.
Yep.
Okay. That's a D6 plus my proficiency, right? I need to double check that. Hold up. I hate this. Sorry, I only played monk once before, so. So. Yeah, well, just gonna do the D6 because not sure if it does if what bonuses I also get. So takes 3 damage from the first attack.
So you're a monk.
Yeah.
You're just using what, your standard unarmed strike?
Yep.
Yeah, it's at level 10 it's a D6.
It's going to be either your whatever you're using, strength or dexterity. Probably your dexterity.
Oh.
To your damage, you add your dexterity modifier, but not your proficiency.
Okay,
Right.
that takes 8 damage.
8 damage. Alright, you step up to it, you punch it in the face, and what happens? It goes down.
It has a face.
Well, it has a helmet.
Okay, I'm going to step over to the other one, and well, second burst, same as the first because I have 2 attacks now,
Alrighty.
and 25 versus AC.
Yep.
So it takes 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Alrighty. Anything else?
Yeah.
Don't forget your offhand.
Oh, yeah. I'll do the offhand now. So here we go. Another punch. 25 versus AC again.
Yep.
And you do not add your dexterity modifier to your offhand damage unless you have the fighter style, which allows you to do that.
Which I do not, because I'm pure monk. It takes max damage, 6. Lucky roll there.
Hey.
Then going to burn a key. Then gonna burn one of my 10 key points for, guess what? Two more attacks.
Alrighty.
So I'm guessing main hand again. 13. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
Offhand, 18.
That's a hit.
Okay. It takes 1 damage.
Whopping 1 damage. It barely feels that.
And I'm done.
Alright. Nog.
Nog moves after the. What does. Fenris, his name. Moves after Fenris, and the armor is still alive, right?
Yeah, the one that he's fighting right now is still alive.
Okay. Good job, Elf. And may the god of war protect you. And he casts a shield of faith on the monk. It's a bonus action, so swinging the warhammer afterwards.
Alright.
Shield of faith is just plus 2 AC for him.
What was it?
The monk just gets 2 to
Oh.
AC bonus
Oh,
from the
okay.
shield of faith. I forgot to
thought-
check how long it lasts, but
Right. I thought you were saying your attack roll against the thingy.
oh no, not yet.
Okay. That's why I get confused.
16 versus AC.
Nope.
The attack roll.
That's a miss.
Okay, he misses the swing then.
Alrighty.
And that's it, I guess.
Alrighty. The audience gets to go. The audience is apparently extremely pleased with the crit and the death, the defeating of the one armor there. The audience cheers for you, and you are all granted an extra +1 to your attack rolls. Paulo.
Yay! I'm probably going to need that +1. Apollo's going to go up to the second zip armor and swing his silver longsword.
Alright.
Yeah, 13.
Nope.
Yeah. The thing about being high level is I get extra attack. And 26.
Yep.
Okay. 6 damage.
6 damage. Alrighty.
Yeah. I'm a tanky, not high damage hitter.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright. Artemis.
Okay, so these are inanimate objects, right? From what I can tell.
Yeah, they're basically animated objects.
Yeah, so I can't charm them. God damn it. Okay, so yeah, that kind of makes like makes most of my spells useless. Okay, seeing that they're animate objects, I'm gonna look at the giant hammer wielding minotaur that we have and cast haste on them. Let me double check what haste does.
It quickens him or something. I don't know.
All sorts of good things. I think it gives me an extra attack.
I know, and I'm so
extra
sad that
AC.
I wish it was fucking. I wish it was freaking enchantment class, but no, it's not. I just looked it up. It's like no, it had to
Yeah,
be.
transmutation.
Yeah, no, it had to be enhancement, or so I can't like put it on 2 people if I wanted to. Oh well. Well, I cast haste, and I can't really do too much to everything else because none of my stuff works on them.
Well, let me know what spells you have in the chat, and I'll figure something out for you.
Okay, I looked up haste for you. The guy's speed is doubled. Your AC gets a +2, and you'll have advantage on dexterity saves, and you get an additional action each turn.
Yeah,
So
I've got the player's handbook on me, so I got that. Thanks.
Yeah, he probably looked it up before we got it. But yeah, there you go. You have that, and yeah, that. Well, I'm gonna hang back because none of my illusionary stuff from the enchantment tree is gonna work for her.
Alright. Animated armor. 2 more are gonna come to life. There are 6 in this room after all. So, the one that is right next to apparently everybody at the moment. I guess it will go after the one that dealt the damage to it, which was Fenris.
Question, is Fenris next to me?
I would assume so.
Okay, I'm going to use protection. It gets disadvantage.
Alright. 21?
On a disadvantage?
Yeah, on a disadvantage. I rolled a 17 and an 18.
that's a hit,
So,
even with the shield.
I'm
alright.
sorry.
It is 7 bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to turn to Apollo.
Alright.
And throw its fist at him. That is a 22 versus AC.
It hits.
It is a whopping 3 damage. I rolled minimum.
And with 10 HP, yeah. No.
Although, I was gonna say Uzuki's giving us temp HP, so that
Oh yeah, you guys have 12 temp HP. I forgot.
You forgot.
Yep. You guys have 12 temp HP. Alright, so one of the ones that just came to life is going to march over towards our Minotaur friend. He's going to land a crit on that one,
Okay.
which is 10 bludgeoning damage. And then second attack is probably a miss because I bet your AC is higher than 10.
So I've lost 10 of my temporary hit points.
Yep. And the last one. Let's see, who all is up there? There's Fenris, there's Apollo. Did anybody else move towards that one?
Noki's next to the one with Fenris.
Okay. In that case, the other one is going to. Well, it's going to march up to whoever is closest to it. I guess it depends on where you guys are all standing.
I'd probably be in the middle of the room,
Yeah.
roughly. I think we all would be, because
Yeah.
we're all around Fenris.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who marched up, and then the 2 things came alive, and then the rest of us ran up to take him out. So we're all where
Well-
they would be.
Grace didn't. She
Yeah,
casted cantrip.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Artemis is nowhere near the front. Like Artemis is like,
This is-
I can't do much.
Right? I was wondering, like, who would be closest to the one on the.
We can't possibly know. Either we're still in the path and not in the room, or those of us who ran forward are forward.
Right.
There's no map, so we can't know exactly where we are.
Yeah.
You just have to choose one of us.
Right. Alright. In that case, since Nog hasn't been attacked yet, I'll go after him. 16?
There's all my spells that I know of.
No, 16 doesn't hit.
Alright. Second attack of 18.
Still doesn't hit.
Still doesn't hit. Alright. In that case, it is Grace's turn.
Okay. So, at this point, let's see. Using a bonus action, we'll cast Shillelagh. I have no clue how that is pronounced.
Yeah,
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh
Shillelagh.
on the quarterstaff she carries. So now, holding that in one hand and her longsword in the other, she'll go up to one of the armors. Okay. So she'll first attack with the quarterstaff,
Alright.
and with that she's using
Do you have
her,
the 2-weapon fighting feat?
meh?
Do you have the 2-weapon fighting feat?
And no.
Okay, well, you're currently wielding 2 weapons that are not light.
Oh. Never mind the longsword then. Oh well. Well, anyways.
If anything, it'd be 2 rapiers. That would be best.
So that's 6. Hang on. So 14 to hit. Doubt it.
Nope.
But, okay. Well, extra attack. Okay. Let's see. See, that'll be a 21 should hit.
Yep.
Roll the No, it would be a 22. Bleh. Okay.
Alright.
So. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So, let's see. And the spell casting mode. Okay. 7 plus 8.
7 plus 8.
Yeah, 15 bludgeoning damage, and the weapon is magical due to the spell cast on it.
Alright.
That's it.
You walk up to it, you smack it, the armor goes down. And Ruffiar. Ruff.
Alright, so there's one on me. I will do things to it. Main hand attack. That will miss. Offhand attack. Nice. That's a 23 to hit, and that will be 13 slashing damage.
Alright.
Extra attack. That will be 21 to hit, and 7 bludgeoning damage. All of this is magical, by the way,
Right.
if it matters. And then haste grants me an extra attack, so I will do that. That is a 21 to hit, but only 6 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
And that is it for me.
Heard it pretty good actually. Fenris.
Okay, I'm actually going to use my shadow step to step in to step essentially into the suit of armor shadow that's casting that's near Roth,
Alright.
and that actually gives me advantage on my first melee attack during this turn. So, yay! So main hand, roll 1. Second roll, that's a miss.
Mhm.
Offhand, 27. Yeah, that's a hit.
Yep.
Okay. It takes 4 damage.
4 damage. Alright.
Okay. Second. Okay. Second attack second extra attack. The extra attack for this turn. 26 for the main hand. So that's a hit, I'm guessing. It takes 9 damage.
Alright. It goes down.
Okay. Sorry for that. I was just gonna look to Rothzik. I apologize for taking your adversaries down without your permission.
I care not. I was the one who beat him up.
Good point. And that does it for me.
Alright. Nog. Nog.
How many armors are there still around us?
There's one that is still animated. There are 2 that have not yet moved.
Alright, so there's one next to me, I guess.
Yep.
I don't really have anything else to do besides hit it. Since I can't really... No one has got hurt, I think. From our side, I mean.
Nope, because of our 10 HP.
Okay, hitting it.
Alright.
And that's an 11, so I guess I'm not hitting it. Let's see if I should spend something. Nothing really to do. I could make a second strike with a bonus action, but not worth it. Let's just move on. Next.
Alright. The audience is impressed by your tactical displays of taking down the armors. The audience is going to grant to each of you an extra 10 temp HP that will in fact stack on top of whatever temp HP you currently have. That said, Apollo.
I'm muted.
Yes, you are.
If I was going to go up to the last current intimate armor and swing.
Alright.
And do we still got the +1?
Yeah.
Okay. A 24. So that'll hit. 7 damage. And then I get to attack again. 19.
19 will hit.
11 damage.
Alright.
So 18 damage in total.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I can do math.
I can't, but I put as soon as you say the number, I just put it right into the calculator. So, alright. Anything else?
Nope, except for protection on the next attack. If it's not me, then it's someone next to me. I don't know who because I can't exactly see, but yeah.
Yeah. Artemis.
Okay, I'm gonna do what Mark says. Do Arcana check, see if I can actually charm them.
Alright.
26.
They cannot be charmed.
Figured as much. Okay, so that'd be suggestion. Turn for now, but I will watch. I will save. I will do this. If one of the golems get up this turn, the golems, armors. I'm going to cast suggestion on it.
All right.
I think haste is concentration,
Oh,
and
it
I
pays
think unfortunately you have a lot of spells that require concentration. You can only have one going at any given time. So let's see, confusion I think would work.
Well, I guess for this scenario, I'll just keep my concentration up on haste.
Yeah,
Or save that for
confusion
the
confusion is concentration too. This is terrible. You have like a whole ton of
I know.
concentration spells.
This is what happens when I don't think of character until like 2 days before the session. So, all right. So, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep up my concentration.
Right. All right. Armors. The remaining two will, in fact, leap to their feats now. Feats. Did I really just say feats? Okay, that is 2 crit misses in a row for the one that is standing there. One of the others is going to walk up to Roth. 15 is not going to hit. Yeah, no. 6 is not going to hit either. Other one will walk up to Nog. 15, I don't believe hits. And 6 doesn't hit. Okay, what a waste of a turn. Grace.
Alright. Well, Quarterstaff is still enchanted with Shillelagh. Oh, let's see. So, 6 plus an 8 plus a 1. A 15?
15 against AC, that is a miss.
Yeah. Okay. Extra attack. D20 falls off. Yeah. Is 1 point higher any better?
Oh, what is that?
Is a 16 a hit?
No.
Okay, that's it.
Alright, Roth.
All right. So one tried to attack me and failed.
Yep.
So I will try to attack it and hopefully not fail. Main hand. That will be a 20 to hit and
Yep.
9 bludgeoning damage. Offhand with the battle axe. That will miss. Extra attack with my main hand. That will be a 24 to hit and 7 bludgeoning damage. And then the attack granted by haste is a critical miss. On the damage die as well. Isn't that fun? Let's see. I could action surge, but nah. I'm done.
Alright, Fenris.
Okay, Fenris is going to run over to the armor that Grace attacked, and then main hand punch. That's a 12, despite all the bonuses. So crit miss there. So and offhand punch, 16. That does not hit. Extra attack main hand, 13. That's a miss. Offhand, 23 versus AC. I'm guessing that's a hit.
That is a hit, yes. Yay.
5 damage. Burning another key point. So here's another main hand attack. 28. Yes, that's a hit. At least I'm guessing because
28, you said?
Yeah, 28.
Definitely.
Okay, not sure. I think just 10 damage. Then
Yeah, 10 damage. It goes down.
Ah, I still another. Gonna kick him with my. Actually, can I use my other extra unarmed attack to kick the helmet at one of the other suits of armor?
Or you could
If you
just
have
attack.
movement,
Yeah.
you could break up your movement. You could actually walk over to it and punch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will walk over and offhand punch the one that Roth hit, the one that Roth has been hitting. So another offhand attack, 18 versus AC.
Yep.
Okay. 1 point of damage. I just go over there and slap him.
You walk over. You rear your fist back like, I'm gonna punch this guy. You swing, and you just kind of glance your fist against against the suit of armor. Oops. Alright.
Like, I'm gonna make a big deal out of.
You suddenly realize it's a suit of armor. That hurts to punch.
Yeah, at that point, Ben's like, oh, went, ow! Frack at the nose! God, how did I not make that? How did I not realize?
Alright,
Yeah.
so that's it for you. Nog.
Ah, what's alive?
There's one next to Roth and one next to you.
Well, I'm going to hit the one next to me then. Let's see. Ah, finally, 26 to hit.
Alright.
And since it's my first hit this turn, it's going to get the heck was it? I know I had some bonus thing. Right, Divine Strike. 1d8 damage. Extra, I mean. That's 11.
11 damage. Alright.
And is he still up?
Yep.
Then I'm going to spend my War Priest bonus action to hit it again.
Alright.
Oh wait, did we have some bonuses from the audience? I forgot what they were.
Yeah, we get a +1 to all rolls, I think. To all
Yeah.
attack rolls.
Oh, okay, yeah.
+1 to attack
That's just a
rolls.
14. I guess that
and
doesn't hit.
extra. It's
Well,
plus. Sorry, +1 to attack rolls and an extra 10 temp HP.
okay, yeah. Well, I've just rolled a 14, so
Yeah,
Never mind.
that one hit.
how do I keep rolling below 10 on attack rolls? Anyways, next.
Let's see. With the taking down of one of the armors, the audience cheers. They will. This is gonna be interesting. One of the audience members is getting really into this fight, okay? He is like cheering and throwing his fists out and everything.
He joins, doesn't
he-
he?
He jumps up onto the stage. He runs up to one of the animated armors and he completely misses to hit the guy. The animated the stagehand running the animated armor makes the animated armor kind of kick him off of the stage, to which he pouts and walks back to his seat. Apollo.
It's sort of amused about what just happened. He's going to Oh, get back to tucking the armor.
Armors presses the white button. She goes in and smacks someone with a hammer.
23.
Yep.
Yep. 10 damage.
And which one is that
Eh.
against?
The closest one that would be next to me. Not sure.
There's one next to Roth and one next to Nog.
I'll go after the one next to Nog. You see, if you haven't noticed, I just got back from a very long bathroom break.
How much damage was it?
It was 10 damage.
Alright.
And I have an extra attack, so 15. I don't know if that'll hit or not.
No.
Alright. Apollo was distracted.
Alright. Artemis.
Okay, I'm going to change one of my cantrips right quick, just because I have nothing really to do, and I just realized that my spells are completely useless at the moment, because I rushed and picked spells I shouldn't have. I'm going to use a firebolt. Let me, this will be her only attack spell she don't have. So, let me find it.
Firebolt. Firebolt is 120 feet and 1d10 damage. I think it's 2d10 at the level you're at.
It is... Yeah, I have it right now. It's 2d10. Okay, yeah, 2d10, and I make a ranged attack, so it's going to be my spell modifier, if I remember correctly. Or whatever. Is my intelligence. So 16.
16
AC.
AC?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I do need a spell. Like I do need something. I can't catch spells because how these spells are fucking concentration. And I realize I'm just doing nothing in battles. So there you go.
Alright. Alright then. The animated armors. They are going to go now. Okay, that's a crit on Roth. Not that it's going to matter too much. Because he's got temp HP up the frickin' wazoo here. Considering that I've rolled a 1 and a 6. Why did I roll? Oh, right, crit. 7, 8, 9. So 9.
Okay.
Second attack, 18 versus AC.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
It's only because of haste. I have 17, and this is haste puts me up to 19, so it's only because of that.
Nice. Nog. 19
Yep.
to AC.
No.
No? Okay, if not 19, then that other one is not going to hit either. So, alright, great.
You need to hit harder if you want to hurt me.
Yep.
Okay. So, how many sets of armor are left?
2.
2?
There's one next to Nog, which I think is the one that you're near, and then there's one next to Roth.
Okay. Well, with my quarterstaff, my lovely enchanted quarterstaff, pretty sure this will be a hit. Let's see. It's a 16 with the +1, then another +8. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a hit.
25? Yeah.
Yeah. So then, not gonna do a lot of damage. It'll be 10 damage.
Alright.
Bludgeoning, of course. Okay. And then extra attack. Okay, I'm done. That was a crit miss.
Alright. Ross.
Alright, is there one adjacent to me still? I think there is.
Yep.
Closest one, whatever. That will be a 20 to hit and 9 bludgeoning damage. And then... 17 to hit.
Oopsie, hang on. I realized it's something wrong. The 9 and the 17. The 17 won't hit now.
Okay. And then
9 damage.
my extra attack. 20 to hit and 7 bludgeoning damage.
7
And then
damage. That will take it out.
Okay. Is there still one left?
Yeah, the only one that's left is the one next to Nog.
I'm going to go over to it, give a nod to Nog, and I'm going to use the attack granted by haste to attack again. That's 27 to hit. And nice. That will be 13 slashing damage.
Yep, it goes down.
Excellent.
Yeah, I did a lot of damage that round, just saying, in that combat, because of haste.
Yep.
Good job, Ruff.
When the last one goes down, a bloodstone rolls out of its suit.
Okay, I take 10 minutes to identify it. Because I already know it's going to happen. Well, I'm looking for command, because I don't see it in my spell list. So I identify it.
Alright. It's very similar to the one that you found before. This one, instead of just like directly draining mana, essentially like what the other one would do is like drain like a person's like spell slots. This one will actually drain like health.
So it drains people's health. Okay, so...
Yeah.
I want command, but I can't get it. So... I'm going to explain that, and I'll leave it up to the party who wants this one.
I propose giving it to Roth. He did slay the last armor. It is only fair if he takes it.
Will he use it? It's the question.
And there's a point. He does seem to have an aversion to magic.
How is it used?
It's kind of like this thing. She calls it Topaz. But instead of draining people's magic, it drains people's life or HP. Or wow, health.
It drains their life force.
Thank you. Like
Basically, basically you hold it up as sort of a free action, and then it drains a certain amount of the creature's maximum HP. And it basically has to use like a remove curse or something like that in order to restore that. But it can only be used once on a creature.
Rafir is going to hold up his warhammer and battle axe. This is what I have these for. You, Artemis. He gently places a hand on Artemis's shoulder, unlike some other people that we know.
slap. Oh, you would send her flying. You would send her flying because she's small.
I noticed you did not engage in combat during that battle. Perhaps then you should keep it.
If the party doesn't mind.
Hey, you're the one that knows a lot about these magic rocks, so I have no mind. I've got my fists and my teleportation. Don't ask how I teleport. Ancient monk secret.
Ancient Chinese anyway. If someone got that reference, I like. So okay, so I guess I'll hold on to it. That would help my problem with no damage and stuff.
Alright.
Find it out, Jackie Chan.
Alright. So that happens. I
Continuing
assume,
on the maze.
yeah, I was gonna say, I assume you're continuing back through the maze. Alright. Continuing along the path, twists and turns, yada yada yada. Back to the sundial. Once again, the sundial's, well, whatever it was called, gnomon, is once again pointing north and east at the same time.
Which way did we go last?
North.
North.
We went north, so maybe we
East.
go. Let's go east this time, and if we, because we follow the shadow again, maybe it'll go take us to another room where there are more split, where the Gnomon's path is split again, and then we go down this new path. Oh,
Onward ho.
My instincts tell me that we are to go down both paths, but for the moment, perhaps we should stick together.
Be done.
Alright.
Leading
So-
on.
East path, twists and turns, sundial.
any changes, or is it the same?
Still the same.
Split then. And it's like,
Whoever wants to.
Oh dear.
we should. Yeah, that is a good one. I might actually get on the mind because I probably won't use. I'm sorry. We should split the party up in, I guess, fashion of our party makeup. I guess. Have one caster on both.
Grace, I will.
And one tank on both.
Yeah, one take on both.
Right. Fenris like, I'll stick with Grace. Whichever one of you two wants to follow us, then you shall.
Well, Fenris, you take the paladin with you. We do it the other way.
Right. Artemis, follow me and Grace. Roth, I entrust these two to you.
Hold on.
I say the
Yeah.
paladin, not the.
Yeah, I think the paladin should go with you. That would be better off because you don't have a tank.
Oh.
You have a bard, monk, and paladin on your side. Who had the barbarian, priest, and mage. Another one. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yep. Sorry, I can't. Isn't Artemis the priest? Isn't Artemis the paladin though?
No, Artemis is the mage. Yeah, Apollo's the mage. Apollo's the paladin.
Sorry. Two you guys are named after Greek gods. Sorry.
And the twin Greek gods, no less.
Like, whichever. Like Apollo, follow me and Grace. Roth,
All right.
you take the other path. You and the others take the other path. There. He's like, now the question is, which path do we take?
Since we do not know what lies at the end of each path, it does not matter. I will go north.
And I'll take east, and hopefully I'll see you at the sundial I'll see you at the sundial when it changes.
If you arrive and the other group is not there, wait for them.
I shall. I do not. Besides, I think Grace would not permit me to go off without you.
as a minotaur is the best guide one can have inside a maze.
Right, so we
So
follow our
off we
parties.
go.
Off we go.
Alright. Splitting the party.
What's
Um,
parties? What's
you
parties?
go through some twists and turns. 6 minutes pass, and the group that went through the east ends up at the sundial. You notice that it is, in fact, still the same split gnomon. A minute later, the other group shows up.
Okay, Artemis is going to look at the split. How many slots are in between?
How many slots?
Yeah, how many time? Like how many rooms are going to be in between? I guess it would be a better question.
Oh,
like, is there one or two?
Like passing the
Yeah,
thing?
pathways. There you go.
Uh,
Yes.
There is there's only just the one to the northeast. There's eight pathways altogether.
Artemis
One
going to
in
point at
each
that one.
direction.
Let's try that one. It's in between. Best guess I have.
I've got no objections. Let's go.
All right. Sounds like no objections.
Yep.
Roughly about 8 minutes pass as you're twisting and turning once again. You have once again reached the sundial. However, it is in fact different this time.
Yes.
The shadow of the gnomon is pointing in 3 directions now.
Son of a bitch.
One is to the north, one is to the southwest, and one is to the southeast.
Well, crap. We haven't gone either southeast or southwest, so which way do we go?
What do you think? She's gonna look at her Minotaur. That's a good spell too.
If the mechanics of this sundial are consistent, then we are to split the party again and go in the 2 directions in between the 3 shadows. However, it appears to be entirely inconsistent from what I am aware. Perhaps then there is no solution. We should just do whatever.
Where are they pointing again?
Yeah.
One is to the north, one is to the southwest, and one is to the southeast.
Last time we did it the same direction, we got a Charles, so I guess we could try that. Is that the southeast? Is the one we went through last time? Or no?
Then the one that you just went through was the northeast.
Never mind it. Oh,
And
well,
that
shoot.
was one that was pointing both north and east. Remember, there's 8 pathways.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to keep track of my head. I can't keep track of all this in my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
I could screenshot the pathway here if you want. That'd probably make it easier for you to see what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, because Mark's also helped me with spells, because I am completely lost because my spells are useless. Okay, so, last time we followed one of the marks, we got a trial. You want, the only problem is just
Give me one.
It doesn't seem to me the direction you take matters with the mark. I mean, what was it called? Trial. Yeah.
Yeah, like after we got to the room when the when the number of shows changed, we automatically got to a challenge room. So I think Roth's right. We just need to pick a path, go down there, hit the challenge, and then boom. As long as it's not the same path we traveled twice when going to the challenge. So north's out and east is out. So that leaves us northeast, southeast, southwest, west, and northwest.
Uh,
I like south. It's symmetrical to the other directions.
yeah, you know what, I guess we'll try south.
Heading to the south?
Yeah, you just see Artemis like rubbing her face a little bit, trying to keep the track in her head. Yeah, no. Yeah, wizards are good chipped in enchantment magic. I might change her school between sessions.
Alright. So I have no objections to going south.
Nope.
You make your way to the south. The path twists and turns, and you find yourself back at the sundial again. But it has changed.
What the?
Now,
Okay.
the sundial is pointing northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. Sort of forming
Interesting.
an X.
Like,
So there's no excellent direction this time.
X marks the spot.
Then you just see Artemis go, what's up with this maze?
We go check on under the sundial this time. Lift it up. Because
We
Apollo
could.
said X marks the
I can lift half a ton.
True enough.
Roth, lift that sundial. This is getting annoying. Find out which one and chuck it
Whoa.
somewhere.
I'll lift the sundial. Is there anything underneath it?
You grab the sundial, and to the rest of the party, you disappear.
What?
What?
Okay.
What?
Artemis
Okay,
is gonna
that's the way to go.
Artemis is gonna go over and touch it.
Alright?
Noki's going to grab it right away as well.
So is
Alright.
Apollo.
Alright. For everybody that touches it, you all, to everybody else, you all disappear.
Grace will
Assume
glance
the-
at Penrith.
I assume the remaining two people touch it, maybe?
There's like, he's like, all right. He's like, but we do this at the same time. I don't want to lose you.
Grace will nod.
Grab each other.
Not like that.
There's actually does take her hand, and pretty much on the count of three, they both grab the sundial at the same time.
It's like, we're all alone, you know. I mean, what?
Alright.
The rest of us are just standing there, like they're invisible to everyone else, but we're standing there holding onto the sundial. Rothgar looks around like everyone else is suddenly grabbing the sundial. What's going on? And then he turns around to see Fenris and the other just like holding hands. What's going on?
Alright. So, all of you touch the sundial. For those who touch, the four of you that touched the sundial first, you are all transported to the sundial.
What?
For those two that touched it last, it has been to the original four about an hour since you were teleported, and then they pop in.
Oh my.
As you look down at the sundial in front of you, you notice that it is completely crazy right now. It is the gnomon is literally pointing in every single direction at once.
Fenris punches the sundial.
I'm going to
disappear.
continue. I'm actually going to continue trying to lift it, and I would have an hour to do so before Fenris arrived.
At this point, Artemis is gonna look at Apollo. Can you ask your god again? I'm gonna get a headache.
All right.
Also, what happens if we take our hands off of the sundial? Because we'd probably do that too within the hour.
Yeah. When you take your hands off of the sundial, you just remain in the area that you're teleported to.
Okay, and what
Yeah.
happens when I try to lift the sundial?
You can't lift it.
Are you sure I don't break this stage?
It's like he goes, oh shit!
Because I can lift 1 ton, and
It's like-
if I'm not tearing that thing apart, my hooves are sinking into the dirt.
He just say, someone stop him. He's about to break our stage.
I will stop the stagehand off to the side and says, "Don't do that!" Or waves his hands frantically for me to stop.
He's like, Artemis, stop him.
Well, anyways, why I said oh wow is I got a 25 on my
Nice.
religion check.
Very nice. One of the stagehands once again shines a light down on top of you. You pray for a moment to the god Teledin,
Mhm.
and what you receive as an answer is a simple set of words. The words are "into the hedge."
Thanks a lot, God.
What did you say?
Artemis is gonna look at you. What?
Apparently, my God has told me to enter the hedge.
Well,
Then we should do
they're
that.
usually some sort of riddles that they
going to
give.
walk up to it. Artemis is gonna walk up to the hedge and touch it. See what happens. Like just a random one.
You walk up to it, you touch it, nothing happens.
Nogi's going to
Yes.
press himself into the hedge.
Yeah, why is he doing that? She's gonna
Like
push her hand
literally
into it.
push into the hedge itself.
You push into the hedge. Yeah. The rest of the party has no idea what happened to you. However, you are now standing in front of the Tower of Alindra.
Well, the rest of us are going to. Rothgar's
Yeah.
going to go right over to the spot where he just did it and watch. He's not going to push himself into the hedge. He's just going to walk straight forward into it. You know, we're platform 9 3/4ing this shit.
Yeah.
Artemis is gonna wait, because I'm figured we're gonna probably figure this out within the hour. So Artemis is gonna be like, okay, what about the other two?
Yeah, you better wait for the other two.
Yep.
The audience
well-
gets bored while you have to wait for an hour.
No, we all walked through there. It's like, oh wait a minute, what about the other two? Fuck! How can we get back?
Intermission time.
So yeah, you know what? You know what? What was it? Nog that went through?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rothier is going to tell everyone else to wait for the others, and he's going to walk through so that he can tell Nog to wait, and they'll just sort of hang out.
Well, he does have a set of dice.
Yeah, they're old war buddies. They can play a few games.
Okay,
So
I
our
crit you. I crit your. It's like, I crit your paladin. Aw. It's like, what are they playing? Don't ask.
Alright.
Like,
So I assume that in all of this,
Bunch of
all of you make it
characters.
through the hedge.
Yeah, eventually. I'm guessing.
Yep. Alright. You all now stand in front of the Tower of Alindra. It is a dark tower that seems to stand black against the night sky. Many feet, many stories tall. In front of you is what appears to be the only entrance into the tower, which is a massive black wooden door.
Well,
And then
does anyone want to
Artemis
knock
looks
it?
at and then Artemis looks at the Minotaur. And then motions front go forward.
Rothier is going to walk up to the door, and he's going to knock.
Alright. You step up to the door and you knock. There is no response.
Well, I'm going to do a perception
He's going to turn
check.
around, shrug, and walk away. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like Artemis goes, hush.
Hold on a second, Rolf. I'm going to listen in if there's anyone there. 23 on perception.
Alright. You hear the voice of Alindra.
Well, running price there.
Yeah, as soon as Nog mentions that Elendra's behind there, they see Fenris back up, start to run. They just essentially try to drop kick the door open.
Rothier is going to walk away in case the door is trapped.
Boom! Oh! And that's why I didn't go in the door.
Same with Nog.
Alright. So, kicking the doors open. Yeah. You kick the doors open, and there, sitting upon a throne that has a symbol of the moon high above it, there sits the moon goddess Alindra. She kind of smiles as you enter and says, "Welcome. Please, come forth."
Fenris gets up. He's like Alendra. I'm here on behalf of your brother. I request that you return the moon to below the skies at once before more of both the moon elves and the sun elves have to needlessly slaughter each other. There must be some way we can work out an agreement between the two of you.
I am afraid that is not an option. King Eltyr has decided to forsake the old ways. It is not my fault.
So, they're just saying that a friend of mine, a human, told me. If things do not things either change or they die out. And I am sorry, my lady, but if you will not change with the times, then you have forced my hand, and I will fight you if I must.
You wish to fight a god? Do you really think you have any kind of chance against me?
He's like, alone I may not stand much. But I'd lay down my life if it meant protecting people.
Then let us see if your comrades believe the same. With that,
We do not. Or at least
I believe in my
I-
God.
I shall stand with Fenris.
He gay.
Okay, well, I roll a 16 Arcana check while I'm checking her out. Behind one of our tanky people.
alright.
Yes.
Well, she's a god.
Yep.
She's extremely powerful, extremely dangerous, extremely magical.
Okay,
And Fenris just picked a fight with her.
Artemis is trying to size her up. How much stronger is she than us compared to what I could tell?
Probably a lot.
Um, um, are you sure?
Have faith.
Try to have faith. Well, you saw what I saw.
It's a challenge to be beaten.
There is no need for needless fighting. Let us discuss this.
Yeah, and like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stay back. Do you fight?
Alright. If you want diplomacy, then go ahead. I will stand with my weapons ready in case. Just in case.
Okay, so this god used to be a good god, right?
Yes.
So Aramis is gonna mention, or just gonna kind of look around. I'm gonna do a perception check. Actually, I'm trying to see if I can pinpoint something. I'm gonna do an Arcana check and that too. While I'm doing it, to kind of see if I can pinpoint something that probably shouldn't be here.
You might want to also ask Apollo to do a religion check.
Yeah,
Because there might be some other divine thing going on.
yeah, that's
I was
what
going
that's
to do.
yeah,
I was
that's
going
what
to do that to myself as well.
yeah, that's what
I
that's
got
what-
13.
I
yeah,
got the
both
17.
Yeah, so I forget what my investigation is. Oh, cool, it's intelligence. Sweet. I'm not trying to know, but sweet. Okay, so 19 and an 18. Arcana
19,
and investigation. I am looking for something that would feel not like I know this god is a good god. I'm looking for something with an evil influence, like evil magic.
Alright.
Actually,
makes
if you're
Quite,
doing that, I
quite
can do.
possibly an enchantment.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I know. Make use of the school.
You know
That's
what?
kind of useless.
I'll use divine sense if that helps.
Divine sense. Alrighty. Oh, I suppose that's a paladin thing, not a
Yeah.
special ability.
Yeah, it's a paladin thing.
Paladin thing. Your divine sense grants you location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. The type of any being whose presence you sense, but not its identity. In the same radius, you also detect the presence of any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the Hollow spell. Right. Let's see, how would this play out? That is the real question here. 1 second. Because there is something here. I just have to be sure I know what it is exactly. I'm just pulling on the microphone now. Okay, that's what I thought. So, Arcana, Investigation, Religion, and Divine Sense all going out, all with pretty decent rolls on the 17 to 19 range. Altogether, you can sense a presence here that should not be here. Apollo can tell that there is definitely the presence of a fiend here in the room. The the exact location of the fiend is standing right behind Alindra, despite the fact that you cannot see it.
And it would be a good idea to tell Fenris this before he charges there and tries to punch the god in the face.
Yeah.
Rossier is already stopping you.
Yeah, and Artemis is just going to step forward, which she never does, by the way.
I was going to say, my lady, do you know that there is a fiend behind you?
Alindra kind of looks at Apollo for a moment and she smiles and says, "Of course. It is the one giving me even more power than I had before."
Artemis looks at her, but maybe, are you sure it's giving you power?
It might be controlling you.
You fools. You do not understand.
The power of the dark side. Okay, sorry.
Well, her actual line is, "You don't know the power of the great snake," which is almost that, yes.
So wait,
But-
is he charmed or possessed?
That's what I would know. If looking at her, can I tell if she's charmed or dominated?
She does not appear to be charmed or dominated.
Oh, let me think how I'm going to work this. Because she's going to try a persuasion check. Kind of, I wish I could weave some magic words into my saying, because I can't afford edition. So, Artemis is going to look at her. My lady goddess. You used to be good, but everyone, no, how do you want to say this? Because this is Artemis, it's not me, not Apollo. Can't you see that your actions is not what it used to be a few months ago? The elves are fighting. The only reason why they're fighting is because something gets probably because of this snake, maybe. It's not how she would say this in this bad part too. Is there any chance that we can see this snake and perhaps judge it for ourselves to see if it's not controlling you or manipulating you per se to fight with your brother? I rolled an 11.
Alindra listens to your words, and before she can respond, you notice a sort of a dark circle appearing behind her. It kind of forms into a small cloud and then grows larger. It kind of snakes its way up into the rafters of the tower and swirls around several times until the entire ceiling of the tower is filled with nothing but a massive black cloud. The front of the black cloud has a sort of skull on it, and it stares down at you. It laughs loudly and says, "I am Abolition, the god of chaos. Speak or die."
I was like, yeah, see, you got a chaos. You just wanted chaos.
To see.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what he should say because he just pretty much set his goal. He's wanting chaos, and it'll make sense.
Question is Roth keeping a hand over Fenris's mouth? Because if he's not, then he's about to do something that's completely in character for him, but the rest of the party would find completely stupid.
Well, maybe not Grace, because she's been traveling with him for a while and knows him, but...
He wouldn't have a hand over his mouth or anything, but just like maybe a hand on his shoulder to grab if Fenris starts to charge forward. But he wouldn't, would be restraining him.
All right. Sorry, guys, but this is completely in character for him. He's like, so you're the one behind this, you foul serpent. He's like, come down here and face us, you coward, instead of cowering behind her ladyship at once. He's like, if you wish just to sow discord and distrust in this land, then you have succeeded. But I will make sure, even if I have to give my life, that you pay for your crimes against these people.
Oh, hey. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute. There was no charm effect on her. Never mind. I was going to try to use the telepus to try to break the spell on her, but I was like, oh, yeah, there isn't any.
Nope. Yeah. The serpent is going to come floating down directly in front of Fenris.
Rothier is going to release Fenris's shoulder and take a step back.
Fenris, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Well, nice knowing you people. And I crit fail that.
Oh dear.
Oh!
How many HP do you have?
75.
Okay. It breathes a black smoke on you. You dissolve into nothingness.
What?
Oh.
Welp.
Okay.
Grace will stand wide-eyed at the spot that Fenris was at.
The cloud snake, Abolition, looks at the rest of you and says, would anyone else like to try?
Artemis is going to look at him, and what is
At
your
this
goal
point,
in all
Grace
this?
is just in shock.
So what is your goal in all this?
Sorry, trying to clear my mouth here. Abolition turns towards Artemis and says, my goal here is simple. My people have been harmed. They have been forced to do things that they should not have had to do. They have been forced to work and forced to die for people who simply thought to use them as tools. My goal, ultimate destruction. All life, all of existence will perish.
Including your people.
Artemis is actually going to look at the blue goddess at this point. See what she's doing.
Elendra's just standing there.
She's like a total puppet, I guess, now.
Including her people.
Yeah, Artemis is actually going to mention that, including yours. Your moon elves. She's actually going to sweeten her words up too. With a 19.
Alindra will kind of stare at you all for a moment. She stares at you, then turns towards Abolition and says, that you, of course, have promised that my people will be safe and survive. Abolition turns back to her and says, they shall be part of my people, part of the nightmares. They will join in the final fight against the Creator.
Will they still be themselves?
But will they be themselves? Yeah, Carolyn's going to make that too.
Actually, by this time, possibly the spell that I'm hoping it'll work. He's going to use Zone of Truth in this area that they're at.
Zone of Truth?
Yep.
Okay, while he's doing that, Carolyn. Well, Artemis is going to make mentions like, "Are you sure they're not going to? Are you going to be your people?" Or
No,
are you gonna
basically, Zone of Truth, they can't deliberately lie.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless they make a Christmas saving throw. But I should be able to tell if they failed or save.
Okay, so Artemis is going to make mention. Are you sure that your people are going to be your people, or are they going to be his people? Because right now, your people are dying for no reason.
I believe he just mentioned her people will be his.
Exactly. So you will have no people left if you follow through with this plan. And just because I can, another charisma check, another persuasion, 23.
Nice. Alindra hears these words. She kind of stares at Abolition because she has realized, what he's saying. I'm trying to think of how to do this.
I have a way of bringing him back. I'm gonna target stats goddess to do it. So don't worry about it too much, Card. I'll get you back.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. I mean, that was completely in character. So
Yeah, no, that's character. So you died character-wise, so you're good at that. But I was like, didn't see if I
Right.
can bring him back.
The consequence of that is Grace doesn't know what she should do now because she is just in shock, and yeah.
And of course, it feels weird because that inner leader and Artemis is coming out.
Right. Yeah. Alindra's going to stare at the snake. The snake is going to kind of look at her. After a moment, she does in fact fully realize the extent of what is going on. To which she raises her hand and points at the great snake and shouts, "You have lied to me. and you will pay for that. She calls out a magical word, and nothing happens. The snake simply chuckles and says, well, it seems you have used up your usefulness. The snake
So,
wraps
question.
itself around Alindra, and she dissolves into nothingness.
Oh,
So does that mean I just wasted a spell, or I didn't cast it?
Well, Obolition hasn't been lying. He's been flat out telling the truth about everything.
yeah, like
Um,
I
He-
meant,
he-
like, as a question, like, is her people going to stay alive, or something like that?
no, her people gonna become his.
Yeah, her people are going to become his. That's what he has
Right.
stated. So, unfortunately, Alindra has already given control of the Moon Elves to the Great Snake, in which case they have become his. Abolition turns to you and chuckles and says, time to deal with you.
Well, in time, you will deal with yourself. For as long as you exist, there will still be something to destroy. And if you are bent on destroying everything, you must destroy yourself.
Yeah, Abolition just kind of chuckles at that and says, when the end comes, yes, I would gladly welcome my own death.
Why do you not welcome it now?
Because I cannot die.
Have you tried?
Yes. I don't know how he would really answer to that other than kind of like, he would kind of stare at you like, duh.
Try again. You are the god of destruction, and yet you cannot destroy yourself. Why?
There's only one thing that can destroy me,
Oh?
and that is creation itself.
Then why do you seek to destroy creation? You are destroying the only means you have to destroy yourself.
Because eventually, creation and destruction must fight.
Then go
is no
fight
other way.
creation. Do not fight us. We are nothing compared to you.
Abolition chuckles at you and says, you do not understand. I have been there to creation. I have fought creation. Until such a day that I can open the gate, I am forced to destroy everything that creation builds.
Forced by whom?
By creation itself.
Then why not ask creation to end your own torment?
Because creation has deemed that it will do nothing. As long as the gate is in his hands, he feels safe.
That's not what I asked. He's actually going to look at the god of destruction as if the god of destruction is an idiot. You are wasting your time with us to destroy the entire universe, to destroy all that there is, just to get the attention of the god of creation and pit yourself in a final battle with him is meaningless. That which is pales in comparison to you. Thus your efforts are paled. Speak with creation, find your own balance, and leave us to do as we will. Surely you, as a deity, can find no pleasure, no use for mortals such as ourselves.
I can find no use for you. That is correct. That is why I also seek to destroy you. Your lives are meaningless, worthless. Creation does not care how many of you dies.
If creation and destruction care not whether we live or die, why are you trying to kill us?
It is the way. It is what I was created for. I have no other purpose.
You have no will of your own.
Mind blank. Mind blank. He says, I have only what I was given. My purpose was to be a tool to destroy. I am simply carrying out that purpose.
Then perhaps you should destroy your purpose.
Maybe find some other purpose to go after. I hear the beach is a nice place to go to now these days.
If indeed your goal in existence is to destroy, then surely you cannot achieve your goal until you destroy the undestroyable, which is you. However, we cannot help you achieve that goal. Once again, you are wasting your time. I would ask you further. You say that creation must destroy you. Is that not anathema to creation? Do you seriously think the God who can only create would destroy? I am afraid to tell you that if you cannot destroy yourself, there are no beings in this universe that can do the job, and there never will be.
I literally have no idea how he would respond to that.
I didn't build a barbarian, I built a philosopher.
Alright.
Well, the bard's in shock.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell to say. It's just like, you just see it going back and forth. I'm like,
A polisher's going to lay against the wall because the Minotaur's doing all his work.
Hey, he dissolved me, so I got nothing.
The thing is,
couldn't throw a rock farther than a Cyclops. There's no way he's going to be fighting a god. So he's talking his way out of this.
right? The thing that I'm trying to think of is Abolition has destroyed countless worlds. He's probably heard this before. Um, he is noticing a pattern, however. A beast man stands before him, and he recalls a world of beast man that he once tore down that he could not. It took him basically the longest to destroy out of all the worlds he's destroyed so far. The beastmen would not turn, the beastmen would not follow him. The beastmen just seemed too strong. It took a lot of work to take down that world the last time, and now he's standing in front of a beast man, and once again getting pounded the way that he would have at this point. Yeah. Abolition is going to snarl at Roth over here. And then he's going to turn away from him and say, I will give you this victory for now. But do not think that this has ended here.
I ask that you go to creation, and rather than try to destroy, you find a neutral ground. He neither creates, you neither destroy, thus you will both find your balance that you so desperately seek. Perhaps then you will become more than what you are, and find what it is you seek.
More than meets the eye.
Yeah. Abolition flies through the roof of the tower, and as he does, everything that he touches as he flies up is immediately dissolved into nothingness. The moon descends in the sky, the sun shining brightly from there.
Seeing that, you just see Artemis going, "Hey, Mr. Sun Person, God thing, get your ass down here. We kind of need help."
Yeah.
Rafier is actually going to roll a religion check himself.
Yeah.
He sucks at it, but he's going to.
Apollo
Holy
is going
crap!
to.
That's a natural 20 for a religion check to the god of war, praying that abolition finds his way in his struggles.
Wow.
You're praying for the god.
I'm praying for the god, yes, because abolition is trying to find his meaning, and he's doing so by the only means he knows how, by destroying. And this is exactly what Rafier is doing. You know, he's trying to find meaning to his existence, and the only thing he's had to do is fight. So, yeah, he's totally, syncing up with this deity.
Apollo's going to pray to try and get the other goddess and our friend back. And I got 22.
Oh yeah, that's why Artemis is calling for that sun god guy to come down here.
El Tier descends into the tower. The fighting has ended. He informs you that it was quite an odd ending. The moon elves just sort of vanished into thin air. He turns towards you and looks you over and says, "Weren't there more of you?"
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Anyway, so Paul, he's gonna go. Yeah, she's gonna point at the ash.
Pile of dust.
Dust. Yeah, right there. Can you do something about that?
One of our own challenged a deity to solo combat. It did not fare well for him.
Twice, mind you, twice. But we won't count the first one.
Altier weaves his magic, and after a moment, Fenris appears once again. Fenris, you have the memory of what it was like, essentially when you died, except that it wasn't so much that you just, died. It was that you were literally removed from existence. You weren't just killed. You were wiped out of existence. You no longer existed. You have the memory of what that feels like, that emptiness, that void of just not existing anymore.
So Aramis is gonna walk up and say, "So, you learning listen now, mate?"
Grace will immediately run up to him and hug him.
Fenris opens his mouth and screams for 10 solid minutes.
No, that's not what I meant. Yeah.
Hold on.
He notices Grace hugging him. It's like, I'm an idiot, aren't I, Grace?
Aramis is gonna agree. Yeah, you are.
You're a fool, but a brave one.
And you're lucky you're around again.
Luck has nothing. Lucky is beyond what I am. He looks over to the sun god. And he's like I thank you for bringing me back into existence. He didn't kill me. He erased me completely. It is as if I was never here to begin with. It was. I would describe it in detail, but at the moment I can't find the words to describe it. It's.
You were dissolved into nothingness. There you go. It's like that's what she's going to say. You were dissolved completely.
Dissolved into nothingness.
Ferris looks. He's like, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a moment with Grace to sort of console her for a moment. So, yeah, he sort of awkwardly walks with Grace away while everyone else talks to him. Altair, the sun god.
Aramis just rolls her eyes and then looks at Sungar. So, yeah, about what happened.
Question. Were there... You said all the moon elves disappeared.
Yes.
Did he say that, or did we see that? Or both?
Altier stated that it was quite odd that a great black cloud leapt out of the tower, and then all of the moon elves vanished.
Alright. Well, in that case...
I'm just going to put it in a second thing of dust and like, yeah, there's your sister.
Yes, it is unfortunate that the black god abolition destroyed that unfortunate maiden. And apparently all of her people. I don't know if you have the power to restore them, but I think it is worth trying.
He will utter some magical words, managing to return Alindra to her rightful form.
Aramis was about to be a dick to her. He was like, it's a god.
After he does so, Alindra actually pushes him away and just kind of walks off. Well, kind of flies off, actually. She kind of takes off into the air and disappears.
So, I hate to say this, but a film an impulse die. Aramis is going to yell out, so did you learn your lesson too?
She won't do anything.
Like,
Rafier is going to approach the sun god. And her people, are they restored as well?
Eltir turns to you and says, "It appears that they were never lost. Something took them away."
Can they be restored?
I think they're following that god.
They cannot be restored because they still exist. But where they are, I cannot say.
Oh,
I assume my sister knows.
Then, please, follow your sister and aid her in the reclamation of her people.
Looks like our job isn't done yet.
Oh no, no. The job's never done, isn't it?
Yeah, that really is pretty much it, to be honest. With that, the Moon Queen was defeated, and therefore time was restored to normal. Legends say that sometime later, the Moon Queen and the Sun King both made a deal to allow the sun to shine brightly for a time, and then the moon to shine brightly for a time.
So, My Little Pony reference there?
Well, more like winter solstice, summer solstice, essentially the creation of the solstices. Whereas before, all time was more of an equinox. Now it's, the sun rises longer.
The planet got tilted.
Yeah.
The planet got tilted.
Essentially. Yeah, legend says that was the creation of the solstices. With that,
So technically, the tilt of the planet is what creates the seasons. So
Yeah.
before this time, were the seasons created by tiny pink ponies?
Wow. Anyway, like I said, with that, the legend continues on to state that Alindra, ashamed for her actions, was never able to once again face Eltir face to face. And so, she, having found her moon elves and restored them to her side, took them off to a darker land, where they
Dark
would one
realm.
day become known as the Dark Elves.
Yep.
It is
Yeah.
it is in that regard that the Sun Elves would become the Sun Elves would become the High Elves, and the Elves of the Forest would become known as the Wood Elves. However, this was not the only god that was corrupted by the evil god of chaos. Many others were, and many other races were separated because of it. And so, the age of creation came to an end. And thus, the beginning of the age of magic. And yeah, that is it. So
Well,
if
that
you-
was easy.
Alright, it's like,
right.
Did I actually screw up our next session? Because this is supposed to go for another week.
I know, right?
Well, The reason I said that it might go into the next week was because you guys were at 2 out of 6 of the puzzles, and then you did the other puzzles like immediately without a problem. So there wouldn't be
Right.
another thing. There was nothing else for the next session. So
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry, but I still can't believe I got my butt resolved because of character. Like,
Yeah, that kind of really did not bode well for Grace. Putting her into shock.
right.
yeah, but unfortunately, Fenris is well pro elf, and anything that threatens elven kind, he'll pretty much threaten it back, and as we saw, that guy's ass dissolved. So
Yeah.
Right. But
Is Fenris going to change his opinion on Minotaurs after this?
his right, pretty much his opinion on minotaurs are pretty much right now his opinion on minotaurs are they're awesome mainly because one pretty much led them through a maze. Still not as good as elves though because it's kind of a prick that way. But he's just but if there were sort of during the credits scene, he'd be like, "Ruthier, you're all right. Not as good as my kin, but you're all right."
And then Gray says, he talked down the god of destruction.
It's like, yeah, Arden's like, yeah, I didn't do that. Like, I talked down anyone else.
He's like, hey. He's like,
And then prayed for his success.
Ferris is gonna be like, he's like, you on the other. He's like I said, minotaurs in general are just almost as good as elves. You on the other hand, I have respect for you.
I'm about to say, you're honorary elf. The fuck?
right.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for joining, everyone, and thank you for whoever is watching this on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in and watching our special Christmas session. Thank you, anybody who was watching on Twitch TV, where I was broadcasting this initially, for watching. And if you enjoyed this little Christmassy thing and you would like to see more of the Versumi Tales, I would actually like to continue these Versumi Tales campaigns, but we have to kind of get through Worlds Collide before we think about doing any more Versumi Tales stuff. Then, of course, there's always Curse of the Azure Bonds that we still have to decide what we're doing with. We'll get to that later. But beyond that, yeah. So thanks everyone for playing, and thanks everyone for watching, and I will see everybody next week to continue Worlds Collide, where we may actually have a new player joining next week.
Another one?
Yep.
Well,
Wow.
well, everyone, take a bow as the final curtain falls.
That was a neat.
Goodbye, everybody.
Artemis just looks up, wait, we ended?
Bye.
Wait, that's how it ends? You see Artemis like, wait a minute, that's how it ends?
That's how it ends.
That's how I ended it.
But, whatever. Whatever, bow.
I know not how this legend unfolds. I did what I was told to do.
He's like,
Because
Artemis like,
whatever came natural.
it's like, Artemis like,
We're discussing this on stage.
Artemis holds at the gym. What about these things? I got these for no reason.
Well, keep them.
There's like he's like Artemis. You just got free you got free swag.
I didn't even use my card of illusions. And she just pulls out a card and throws it. I have the curiosity what I get. It's like I got an 8. What's 8? Hold on, I gotta look this up. I throw a card and I got something out of it.
Don't you need also a suit? An 8 of whatever? 8 of clubs, 8 of diamonds?
Yeah, I don't know what it is though. That's the problem. I don't know how to determine that.
I think for the deck things, you're just supposed to use a legitimate card deck.
Oh, well, I don't have a general card deck on me, so...
Roll a
Dragon
1d4 Roll a 1d4 to determine the suit.
It
Maybe?
is 4.
A full deck has 34 cards in it.
And a 4. I should have marked the ones.
Isn't there a list? Just go in order.
There. It's like
Yeah, the heart, diamond, spade, club. If you rolled a 4, it would be clubs. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. So I summoned so 8 of clubs. I summoned an orc
Summon an illusion of an orc.
right in the audience, and they all run away.
Oops.
Oh. Oops.
We are not getting paid enough. Great. Great, you just
The
scared off
orcs
the
in the-
audience.
Are there any orcs in the audience?
Why do I have a feeling that the Worlds Collide party is watching this? Just to be meta, they're watching this, and Dwyer's like, everyone's afraid of the orcs. Like,
Charming stands up and applauds. Yes!
He always does like face bombs.
Right?
It's like, and did you enjoy this?
it was alright. The effects were good. Definitely.
I didn't even get to try all these amazing spells.
I know, right? Well, am I supposed to be useless? But still. Are we using these characters for for the rest of the versus things?
No, if we do another Versumi Tales, I'll probably start you guys off at level 1. Because any of the remaining Versumi Tales are like actual campaigns as opposed to little one-shot things like this.
Oh, I'll just remake Artemis level 1 then. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just use one of my other ones I haven't used for anything yet.
Yeah, I have no problem remaking Fenris.
I can remake Grace.
Actually, I kind of like Nook, so I might use him again.
It's like, okay, we're all debuffing. This is how we met, guys. Oh, shit.
Right. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be because it would be a different age. You know, this is the age of creation you were playing in.
This is
The
how you
other
got
campaigns
reincarnated.
would probably be something
Okay,
else.
we got
Reincarnation?
reincarnated. Yeah,
Right.
we got reincarnated. Like, oh, hey.
Or maybe
You look
it would
familiar.
be Atran at Opera. He's pretty fun. I haven't tried him yet.
It's like, hey, you look familiar. Didn't you talk down a god?
Roll Fear of the 24. Ancestor of the Banisher of Abolition.
Right. Alright, well. Yeah. I guess I don't have anything to say, and I guess I can go ahead and close down the recording and stuff, since it seems we're done. So, yeah. I'll do that.
Well, thanks for the game.
Yep.
I still love
Thank
that.
you.
You just have us arguing in the background while the curtain's falling. Wait a minute, that's how it ends?
Right.
What the hell?
That's how I... yes, that's how it ends. That's how I ended it.